What's up? Hope everyone's having a good day and is ready for another video in the series we like to call Underrated Throwers. Today we got Igor Nikulin, or Nikulin, however you pronounce his name, from the Soviet Union. He is a 84-meter hammer thrower, and this is a 79-meter throw, 79.34 meters from 1983. He is a bronze medalist at the Olympic Games. He is a multiple-time medalist at the European Championships. And overall, a super good technician, just like all the USSR throwers. And I think he's just criminally underrated because, he was competing at the same time as Litvinov and Sadiq. And I think he was probably like the third best out of them. So I think he just gets criminally underrated because I just don't think. I think they like Sadiq and Litvinov, rightfully so, get all the attention, and then Nikulin's just kind of just there, and I think that's just crazy because he's an 84-meter thrower, which no matter what you look which way you look at it, like that is far. He is a bronze medalist at the Olympics, which a lot of people can't say, especially a lot of hammer throwers can't say that. So, didn't win gold, but he was also probably in one of, if not the hardest era of hammer throwing. Even in his own country. I mean, his two teammates are the second and first furthest throwers ever. So, that's some steep comp. Plus, you got a whole bunch of other Europeans. And then you also had really not good Americans during that time as well. So, it's hard. It was hard comp back then. So the fact that he even got a bronze medal in the Olympics during this time is utterly insane. But I just think he's criminally underrated because I just don't think, a lot of younger people probably don't know him because he's not from 2010 onward, and a lot of people don't like doing research. But that's also why I'm making this series, to highlight throwers from past eras. And another reason I think he's just underrated, once again, is just I think he just gets lost in all the Soviet hammer throwers, and I think only people really know about Sadiq and Litvinov, and then Nikulin just kind of gets pushed under the rug, and I think that's very unfair because he's actually a very good technician. So let's watch this regular speed a couple of times. We'll get into analysis real quick, and it'll be pretty quick. This should be probably one of my quicker videos because there isn't really that much to say about the hammer technique that I haven't already said in all my past videos. He does everything just as you'd expect from an 84-meter thrower. Everything, pretty good, you would say. But let's get into this. So let's back up to the wind. All right. So first of all, he is 6'3" and like 264 pounds. So, just also in the video description, I'll link his personal best, height, weight, and notable accomplishments in the video description. Before I forget to tell you guys that. So, yeah. So he's tall, but he doesn't weigh that much. And just look at him. Like, he doesn't look particularly big. He doesn't even, honestly, like, if I just looked at him, maybe it's just his outfit. I don't know. He doesn't look like an 84-meter hammer thrower, you would think. Like, he just looks like an average dude, in my opinion, at least. Like, there's nothing, like, extraordinary that, like, pops out at me when I see him. But, I mean, it's just the fact that he knows how the ball works, and he knows how to move the ball. All right? Well, it's not just that. He's obviously a supreme athlete, okay? You can't throw 84 meters without being a supremely gifted athlete. All right? I don't care who you are. You have to be athletic to throw 84 meters. Okay? And I know that's crazy to say, but, I could train my entire life and never throw 84 meters because I am not that athletic. All right? So don't get me wrong. But compared to, like, other other athletes of his caliber, he does not look like them. I'll tell you that right now. All right? So he gets here, really nice here. Backswing, gets a pendulum. Oh, sorry, my leg's cramping. Jeez. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, it's gone. So sorry about that. My hammy is currently cramping, but we'll get past that. Alright, so it gets over here. Pendulum. Alright. Does 2 winds and gets into it. So you notice, and I made a short about this a little while ago, a flat entry. So the ball is not even above his head. Alright? It's just flat. And because he's doing a 4-turn, he's doing a toe turn. The feet and legs are nice and close. And you also notice that the ball moves him. So he's not twisting and moving around. The ball is turning him. And that's very important. You can see that very clearly here. His feet don't move until the ball is past his low point. Alright? So until at least somewhere around here. Then he moves. Alright? And this is going to be a theme in his turns. Alright? So he enters the ball flat. You know, and he doesn't have to be that far against it yet because, you know, it's not that much energy because it's the first turn. And then from here, look at the difference between how far back he is here. And then the second turn, you really see the sit right here. He sits back into his heels. And now, look, now he's starting to get a little more against it. And this is typical USSR technique right here. Like, start really flat, you know, for the 4-turners. Start really flat, and then you get this really, really nice forward movement. Just look at that counter right there. That's a beautiful picture. And it's just all rhythmic. Every throw, every turn he's accelerating. It's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff right there. Alright, so he gets here. Let's go back to the second turn. He sits, lets the ball turn him. And once I've stated this a billion times. I'll state it again if you guys have never seen any of my hammer videos or hammer analysis videos. You may not think that, you know, the ball is turning him anymore. It kind of looks like he's twisting ahead of it. But you notice that the ball is in line with his right leg, and that's really what you want to look for. When you're throwing at these types of speeds, stuff just happens faster. You know, it's just all reactionary. Your body will react to the ball. All right? So the ball is turning, and the ball will always move faster than you can move your body. All right? So, you know, you just got to let the ball turn you. And even though it doesn't look like it, when you're just going at speeds to throw, this is a 79-meter throw. When you see like people start throwing over 70, they all look like this. They're still letting the ball turn them. It's just everything is just happening faster, and that means it's just happening earlier. So, you know, but the important thing to look for is you notice the ball isn't behind him. Or it might be like just a little bit. But for the most part, it is in line with his right knee. All right, right there. And then that's a beautiful position right there. All right, right there. And you notice as the ball gets high, he gets low. When the ball's low, he is high. And then he releases. So he's here. Boom. And you see how he's just letting it go? He's not adding anything to it, really. He's just treating the release as another turn. And then he just lets go. Alright, and it's all based on feel. Alright, you know, obviously he's been doing this probably for, I would assume, since he was a little kid. Because, you know, he grew up in the Soviet Union. So that's just how that system went. So he's been doing this for basically his entire life. So he has a great feeling for the hammer and when to release it. Alright. So he gets here, and most of the weight's on his back leg. And then he fights to stay in. Now, normally, like, I would personally coach, like, sticking a throw. But honestly, when you're throwing these distances, it's hard to stick. It's hard to stick a release. Alright. So, like, that's just, like, a nitpicky thing if I had to pick something. Um, but yeah, other than that, I mean, there isn't really like anything wrong with this. So you might be thinking like, oh, why did this go 84 meters then? If there's nothing wrong, well, it could be a feeling thing. It could just be he just didn't put the ball in as hard. He didn't push as hard. Some stuff like when you're throwing these distances, the most minute thing can take distance off. All right, because like he's doing all the basics right, so it's just like the minute details of the throw that can really decrease your throw. And it's still like 79 meters is still a crazy far throw. All right, like that would have medaled in Paris earlier this year for the Olympics. So, that's still Olympic medaling throw right there. So, like, like seven, but, obviously, like, if I had the choice between throwing 84 meters and 79 meters, I'd probably choose 70. I'd probably choose the 84, not the 79. But, we're all, humans aren't also robots. Not every single throw is going to be the most perfect thing in the world. So when I tell you that, like, he does everything pretty much well, it could just be like maybe he didn't peak right. Although I doubt that. Maybe it just wasn't his day. Something was off. It kind of maybe looks like he fell off just a little bit. Like, just like a little bit off the finish. But I mean, that's just nitpicky. Like it's very minute, but and honestly, I'm not experienced enough or knowledgeable enough in Hammer to know exact. First of all, I don't know what he's feeling during the throw because that's impossible. I don't know how I could know that. So but whatever. You get the drift. So yeah, that's basically it. So hope you guys found respect for Nikulin or Nikulin. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't know how to pronounce half the names that I do, but that's him right there. And yeah, again, I'll link his personal accomplishments, height, weight, and personal best in the video description. And I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching and have a good one.